Well, good morning. Good morning. Today is Tuesday, the 14th of April. We're moving on. We're moving on. Still quarantined. So I'm going to ask you my question. Are you stuck? I can say yes. We are all stuck currently, but we have time to make plans for beyond quarantine. Who can the new you be? What will it look like? And so I'm saying good morning. Good morning. I woke up with as they say, my level of confidence. I'm trying to be confident and look at what can I change that's within me to change. A lot of times we want to change um, based on what somebody else tell us to do. What I'm telling you today is don't look back. Change what you need to change for your future. And today's session really is going to talk about how do you peel back some of the layers. We are all varnished. Varnish means you shining. We're shining with whatever it is that we came with, whatever that might be. It might be that we had a good shellacking of people saying that they admire us for what. We may have a good shellacking of just people, We may have a good covering of, accomplishments, not that we made, but we may have been a part of. What I'm asking you to do today is let's go beyond, the varnish. Let's take what my folks used to call the turpentine to wash away the paint. Let's get down to the core of who we are and what we can do with what we were given to do. We've lived our lives so far based on people, based on places, based on things. But how about if we get back based on ourselves, based on what we can solidly stand on, solidly be interested in and excited, just excited about an opportunity where the world has basically stopped in regards to gathering socially, even with family, except if they're in your house with you. But generally speaking, we have an opportunity to move on, to take some of that turpentine, to get down to the core of what does the real wood look like? What are we firming with? What are we standing on? What's our foundation? To me that makes it an exciting day, that we can talk about don't look back. And for those of you who don't know me, good morning. And I am Sandy Winborn, and I developed a program years ago called Don't Look Back. And it was based on launching opportunities in transition. And originally I did it for ex-offenders, and now I'm adopting it that it could be used for any of us, especially if we're in the situation of being quarantined. And anybody could use this. Anybody could say, you know what, my future forward should not, resemble as much of what my past was. I should be able to look forward to tomorrow. I should be able to look forward to once the doors open and I can go out and I can see again and I can, have connection with the outside world. Not just going to do groceries at 6 feet apart, but being able to actually have a conversation with them, and the infection possibility is no longer there. And so, one day, life will change again. We will never stay in this moment. It's always evolving. We're evolving, even if we don't do anything. I think the model on my website of Winning Associates says that transition happens even if you do nothing. You don't have to do a thing, but something is happening somewhere that may affect you. And I think for those of us who are under quarantine, we didn't even know this was coming, but here we are. But it didn't just happen to you. It happened to the world. The world has been paused, in terms of the social activeness of we the people. And so here we are, and so I'm asking you not to look back. And so on this card, that I keep bringing up really talks about all the things to remember. and how we can change what some of the things were. So to delve into that earlier, from those earlier discussions that I've had, this is my 8th one. I'm excited because I did take this on a challenge, and the challenge is that I'm here. I'm doing it. I'm having fun doing it too. I really am. And so today I thought, in looking at trying to peel back, this exterior of who we are, how do we get down to, to the core of us, to the to the center of us? How do we get there? And we have to look at it by, layer by layer, and so I'm really hoping that those who, if they're not listening now, that they would come back and pass it later and listen to what it is that is being presented. So today I really wanted to talk about 2 things. One are questions to give yourself. So if you don't have a pen and piece of paper, I'm going to give you a moment to get one, and then use these things that I give you, write them down, and then maybe you can work on them later on this evening or maybe this week. And the other thing, but there are the 2 things, and under the first thing we're going to talk about is questions. I have some questions for you, and I want you to do these questions in such a way that you would just look at them as being just really tidbits in your life that have like a mega opportunity for change after. And the tidbit is that I'm asking them. The mega portion of it has more to do with what's next, what's beyond this. I'm going to walk with you a minute while you're getting your pencil and paper, because my dog wants to go outside. And so I'm going to walk him outside, and I'll keep it all posted here. I have to take off the alarm in the house because it's so early still. But this will tell you that life goes on and you still have to function. And that's what we are doing. Okay. So the dog is outside, and I'm standing in the door waiting till he comes back to give him a treat so he can settle down and I can get on with the rest of today's session. But good morning. I see you, my niece, Rhonda. I see you. Thank you for joining in this morning. Sometimes, I don't know, he was asleep when I started the session 5 minutes ago, and now he woke up soon as I guess he heard my voice, because before that it was just quiet. But anyway, it is a beautiful day outside. There's a lot of, it's actually cooler. It's cooler here in Florida than what it has been. We've been in the 80s already, and today I think they said we were at, maybe 52 right now, and it's supposed to get up in the 70s. So we still have some rising in the heat today, and we're going to see how long that takes. We're going to see how long Gucci is going to take to go to the little room. But I'm glad that you're here. I'm happy for the patience. For just a minute, he's figuring out where he wants to lay it down. I have to follow him a little bit. So this is an adventure this morning. I wasn't expecting this. So I can honestly say that the dog is out here carrying me where I don't want to go. But, as a person who's decided that this is what I took on today, I'm doing it. So, yes, Gucci is his name. And, I have to go and actually come get him, because if I don't, he sometimes feels it's okay for him to run up the street to the neighbor's house and drop it down. And I won't let him do it. So, I just say good morning. Come on, let's go. Come on. I know you better not be going over there. Okay, you can do that. Yeah, he has a favorite stump. I have to remember that he does have a favorite stump. But anyway, wave back to me. Hi, everybody. How are you? How are you doing? Gucci. Do not go over there. Come on. Come on. Look, he gonna act up this morning because I got company. I know. I know. Thank y'all. And for some reason, I don't guess he likes the postman because he's decided that he's just going to do his thing where the postman always pulls up at. So I don't know. He's just having his way this morning. I do apologize. Come on, Mary. Come on. Come on. Yes, let's go. Let's go. Come on. You got a strange little walk. I don't know. Come on, Gooch. Come on. Get it, boy. Get it, get it, get it. Whew. The day in the life. The day in the life of Sandy. The dog that's not hers. Okay, what's she supposed to do? Feed the dog. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give him some water and a treat. And then he'll settle down long enough for me to do what I got to do. Thank you for your patience. Hold on one. Can you see me? Here, Gooch. Good boy. Good boy. Okay. Let me give him some water. Okay. There you go. Okay, I'm on my way back. Whew. Took me a minute. Okay. I'm back in place. Thank you, y'all. Oh, that was too funny. As soon as he heard me, he just started acting up. I could hear him. I said, Dad, I know he was asleep when I started. But anyway, good morning for those who might have come in later. But anyway, hope you have your pencil and paper. Let's do it. Let's do it. I have some questions for you. These are questions on how can you peel away some of the things that are already there. They're layered. They are layered. We have been absolutely covered over from the real core of us because we've allowed ourselves to be moved by people, by places, by things, so many things. So here we are today. What can we do? So question number one, and I need you to really and truly, I'm just going to ask the questions. I'm going to leave them with you. I want you to come back tomorrow with some answers, okay? And you can type them in. The first thing, what is the most thing that you're proud about? Write a proud statement about yourself. Who are you? Who are you? You know, don't talk about the things that don't talk just about, because I mean, some of us do like to do certain things. We might be, writers and actors and illustrators. That's wonderful. Write it up, okay? But don't write it just from the side of it being what I call the short side. Write it from the long side. What you gonna do with it? Where can you take it beyond quarantine? What can you do? So write up a proud statement about yourself, not about anybody else. This is your statement. This is your statement of who you are, what you would like to do, where you would like to go, what you would like to bring forward, after quarantine. What would it be? That's the first question. Question number one, proud statement, your own. Question number two, who inspires you? Now, one thing I was telling you about is that sometimes when you never see anything, or you never see a certain person doing certain things, guess what? Then you don't have anything to relate to. But if you could find a person that is near, don't try to find somebody that is Hollywood status, or on TV. No. Pick a local person. Pick somebody that you can just say, I would like to be like. And that I'm not talking about personality. I'm talking about what you see in that person that just inspires you. What can it be? Can it be that they were they are always, ready to make some changes, for themselves, that they're excited about what they're doing, that they're not just into themselves, but they're trying to help others. What about that other person can you be inspired about? And then what would you do with it? That's the other side. All of these statements have another side. One, what do you see in it? But two, what can you do with it? And the other question, the next question is what to tell yourself after quarantine. You know, what is your future self? What is it going to look like? You know, are you more happy? Are you excited? Are you? You know, do you go back doing the same thing you were doing before with the same people? You know, one of the things, you know, I always remember people saying is if you're the smartest one in the group, you need to find another group. You know, I know our pastor says that, my mother always said that. And that's the thing is you need to find someone else. You need to find someone else that really makes it, you know, exciting for you to when you see them. It's not the same mundane stuff. It's not, you know, just the eating. It's not just the drinking. You know, it's the fact that when you see this person, you're inspired to have a conversation. And it's not just a little conversation. It's a great conversation. It's a conversation that talks about what's next, you know, the future, the excitement. Many of us stay what I call stilled in our yesterday. We don't move, you know, and that's one of the things that my program talks about is don't look back. You can't change it what was yesterday, but you can change tomorrow. You can find excitement in just knowing that tomorrow brings another opportunity to try something new, to do something you've never done before, to look at your gifts. You know, what I talked about with the multiple intelligences, it talks about the fact that a lot of times because we stay straight and narrow, once a plumber, always a plumber. But guess what? That plumber may also be the best cook in the world. But you would never know it. He or she would never know it if they never tried to cook, you know. And that's the excitement about life. You know, the fact that you can try multiple things and be multiply good at so many things, you know, but because we stay in one direction, we stay straight forward, we don't move to the side, we don't do any of that. We stay in one direction. And what I'm saying to people is, come on, you know, try something new. Get excited about your life beyond quarantine, you know. And the last question I have is, I need you to put on the rest of that question. The rest of that, answer it. What do you need to make change? What do you need to find excitement? What do you need to find love? But I want you to start with self-love, because this is self-love right here. I didn't ask anybody to really do anything with anybody else. We're already alone. Use this time of what I would call oneness to make multiple copies of yourself, so that there's multiple sides, so that you have a side that explored writing, you know, journal. You know, as I said yesterday, I have a friend that had started Corona journals, and they're available through Candy Publishing. So that's another way to just look at how can I use this time, because I know all of you have had some experiences being in your home with your family, being in your home by yourself, being in the home with a dog. Whatever it is, you have an opportunity, and so you can write these. And I'm going to repeat the questions again. I just I just want to make sure that I go back, come through them, and then I'll go back through them again. And the second thing, so the first thing is the questions. The second thing is just journal. You know, even if you don't have a journal, you know, I told you how you can get one, but even if you don't have one, you can just pull out some old paper from your computer, sit down, and just write down some of the incidences that have happened to you while you're quarantined. You know, get in touch with the moments when you're happy. Get in touch with the moments when you're sad. Get in touch with the moments where you're questioning, what's on TV. Okay, critique a book, whatever it is. Write something down, because anytime you're connecting the brain with your motor skills of writing or interpreting, analyzing something, that means you're actively participating in you being in the present. And it doesn't say that the TV is working for you, the radio is working for you. or your kids. Get into your own head, understand the excitement of knowing who you are. So journal would be the second portion of this session. And how you journal. Journal any way you want to. Write it down. Something made you laugh, write it down. Something made you get a tear in your eye, okay? Hearing a voice over the phone, seeing somebody on video, and a little sadness came. Understand that sadness will come during this time. But guess what? There's also the excitement of what's next. What is beyond this quarantine process. And so you can start with that. And really it talks about where I am now versus where I want to be. That is the process of peeling back some of these things, this layering, this I think I called it slathering. The slathering of so many things on top of us is that, I think there was a book once that talked about the Princess and the Pea. She could never feel the pea because the little pea was at the bottom of the mattresses, and there were many mattresses that she was on top of. So therefore, that's what we have to do. Move out the mattresses. Move out all the things that make us just what I would say unknowing about what's beneath us. We should be solidly standing. We should be on a ground. We should be realizing that the earth is directly below us, not our past. Just we are standing up, finally realizing that we can make a change. We can look at what tomorrow will bring based on the fact that this is our new excitement. Sometimes, as I said, that when the world has to stop like this is, and this is a phenomenon, no one's ever in our lifetimes, experienced this before. And so this gives us, the world's paused. That means we have time to be paused as well, and we can do something with it. And so I'm going to go back over those questions again. The first question is, write a proud statement. I know companies always write what they call like a vision and a mission. Okay, what is your vision and mission? What's your vision and mission for after quarantine? What is it? What could you say about yourself? Where do you want to be? What do you want to do? That certainly would suggest that tomorrow is better. Then the other thing is, who inspires you? Who could that be? It could be, like, I can still say I get inspired by my mother. And my mother, I felt, was a doctor without a degree. And she was born at a time, I'm one of those change of life babies. So I came along when really she was done already having children, because there were 9 before me. And but she was just an interesting woman. And I always learned from her. I felt that she was an intellect without a degree, but she came to be a part of this world during a time in which 8th grade was the highest, year of schooling that she was. 8th grade was it. There was no 12th grade. And so I would always sit and just be marveled at the strength of this woman. Who is this woman? And in fact, she inspired me, along with myself, because it started being very paralleled after I got older. And I'll just give you a little quote of one of the poems that I wrote. And it says that the strength of a woman, she buries her children, her loved ones, and many things she wanted for them. And it says, but as for her, she buries them, and then she finds herself wanting love again. And so that's how we are. We get over where we're at. We're going to get over this. The quarantine will end, and then we will see ourselves on the other side of it, and we need to make good decisions while we're under quarantine that can affect us once we get out. That will even be better decisions. They will be, we can confirm what we said we were going to do. So who inspires you? And then the next thing is what to tell your after quarantine self. What you going to tell yourself? Job well done, or I made it. What you going to say? But there's something you can say to yourself that certainly would be what I would call a rewarding opportunity for what's next. And then the last thing says, I need. What do you need? What do you need? What do you need to make that mega leap from where you are now to where you want to go to? How can you find tomorrow by maneuvering this dull period of today? How can you do it? And you have to make that decision. No one can make that for you. And a lot of times, this is an opportunity for you to seize back, for you to take back what you gave away, okay, what you allowed other people to have. They had all your time. They had all your ideas. They had all of your inspiration. They had all of your excitement. They had all of everything. And what did you have? What? You know, and that's why when you see people and they seem depleted in who they are, it's not that they're really depleted. It's just that they've given up so much that they have to go back and dig back in again and find some stuff for themselves and keep it. Keep it. Quit giving it all away. Keep giving away all your time. Keep giving away all your ideas. Quit giving away all your excitement. Leave some for yourself so that you can actually stand up on it on the other side of quarantine. So that was the first section, the questions. And the last section, of course, is just get a journal. You can make up a journal, or as I said, you can order a journal through Candy Publishing. But what I just suggest you do is do something. Do not let this time go and it ends up being that you did nothing. If you're watching TV, it's thinking for you. It's giving you the pictures that, you know, go back in your brain. Like, I hate reality TV and my daughter loves it. And so most of the time, if she's here, we have to watch TV in different rooms, only because I just feel the reality of that is not real. You know, people don't have to cuss out their friends all the time. People do not have to make fools of themselves only to have a friendship that's not a real friendship. So even the concept of reality TV just seems wrong. You know, that's all I can say. So during this time of Are You Stuck? I say yes, we are all stuck, but I'm challenging you to use it for your good. Write a proud statement in your questions. Who inspires you? That's another question. What do you tell your after quarantine self? That's another question. And lastly, I need. What do you need? How can you get there? You know? And then, of course, you can journal it all. And you can put it all on one sheet of paper, many sheets of paper, whatever. But sometimes, as I said, if you write more, you'll find out more. And you don't have to worry about the spelling. Okay? No one's going to check this. Now, of course, if you were in my classroom, yes, I would check it. But no checking today. Okay? Just do it. Do something for yourself that shows on the other side of this quarantine that you've made some steps. You know, the exciting thing is that what if you decided that you were going to be a writer? So write down the first part of your outline of your book. Who would be in the book? What would the book be about? What characters? How would you make the characters look in terms of, are they strong characters? Are they really weak personalities? What would it be? That would be something to do. Or you could write a poem, which maybe you can send to somebody that may become a song. Copyright it now, even if you have to do the poor person's copyright, which is that you would, send it to yourself and never open the envelope before you send it out to somebody. But anyway, do that, but do something that really says that on the other side of this, you're doing something else. I can tell you all right now, this what I'm doing right now was done by a challenge. And I kept lying about it. Well, I wasn't really lying. I kept putting it off. I put it off and put it off. And finally, I made the decision that I was going to do it, only because the person called me and backed me into a corner, which shocked me. And I said, well, gosh, I can't be a liar this time. I'm going to have to do it. And so it's worked out well. I appreciate all of you for coming. I would say, amen. Let's have a good day in yourself. Have a good opportunity with your time to make proud statements. Be inspired. write something to yourself for after this is over, and then say what you need, and do it all as a journal. I want to see you tomorrow at 9 o'clock. I try to be on time, but every once in a while the dog may take me off my schedule. But thank you for being okay with me taking my little dog walk out there. But he's quiet again now, so I don't hear the pitter patter of feet and him jumping around. So you all have a wonderful day. We're going to keep adding this, keep doing something every single day, Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. And some days I may have a song for you. Depends on what I get up with. Some days I just get up with knowing what I'm going to do. And I kind of start the night before, but it's clearer for me the next day. But you have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you again tomorrow. Thank you so much. Have a grand time tomorrow after tonight that you're working on all your stuff. Thank you. Bye-bye.